Looking at yesterday's trade idea, we were looking for, what have we got here? That was August the 3rd. Aussie dollar, I was looking for a pullback. An entry. I actually traded on the breakout yesterday, and then this pulled right back down. Took me out. Yeah, I got a bit gung-ho in the Asian session with that, thinking that, that might continue up, but it broke back into the value range. And then I looked at New Zealand dollar as well. So they were our two ideas. Keep an eye on these, watch list. Had a couple of really nice ones. These ones up here worked out really well. The NAS was great if you took that one. And then the crypto, that was Bitcoin, that was really nice as well. I want you to take notice of, when I'm talking about the value area, the volume profiles, and in the video I was talking about if it breaks back into the value area, look for that buy opportunity into here at the bottom of the value area. Treat these value area high and low as strong resistance and support. And and this one up in here, that was the breakout of the value area, and then it continued up. Now, it's not always going to do that. Sometimes it breaks below like that and it fails, you know what I mean? But more often it's going to be trading the low to the high, the low to the high. Yeah, down to the low again, and then off we go, and then we break out of the high. So this was what I was considering when I took this trade yesterday. I'll just go in here and have a look. It was the Aussie dollar. I went long up in here, and I placed quite a wide stop loss, thinking, okay, if it trades back down through value, that might be okay. But look at the pullback, just brutal, really difficult. Yeah, and I was looking for this breakout here. I actually went in. I didn't wait for a pullback, like I mentioned in the in here, back down in here. Okay, I said, look for this to pull back. All right, so the pullback, look, we got a little green signal in here. Thing is, though, like when you've got to be careful when it pulls into the value area. See, you got to mark these areas up. When it pulls back into here, that's big resistance right there on this blue line. Okay, so if it breaks, if that fails to do that, and you break back into this value range, half expect it, to aim for at least that and that. That was tricky yesterday because there was a green up signal. Yeah, but you don't want to be buying here into this blue line, and you've always got to be above VWAP. Right, so if you did wait for the pullback and you saw that, see the VWAPs? Don't touch it until we're above VWAP. That's really important. Always buy above VWAP or below, if it's bearish. So, if you, let's get rid of that, right? So that was the idea, green signal, but we're below VWAP, right? So that would have got you out of trouble unless you traded the breakout like I did. All right, so that's that one. Let's just go through. I want to have a look and see what's trending. Oh, the other one was the New Zealand. I'm still in this trade. And again, I took this one and I set up a really wide stop loss. Well, under this previous swing low. There's a swing low, swing high. I went long thinking that this might continue up, break out of the value area. Well, actually here, value area. I'm thinking, righto, this is running. So I actually took that trade long. I didn't wait for a pullback, like I said in the idea. Now with the idea that I sent in, I said wait for the pullback. Okay, that was it. Yeah, you can see my markup in here. And again, I think the pullbacks are really important, guys. Yeah, it's a tough one because that rallied, and I went on the breakout. And I saw that pullback, and I'm thinking, again, I didn't wait for that. I took this way up in here thinking that, okay, this is now starting to move. Sometimes it will. Okay, anyway, that's where I entered the trade, but the idea that I sent in, and I think it's a good idea that, I don't take my own advice, and I should. And I said, wait for that pullback, and that was my markup here. Okay, when it pulled back, there's no break above see the VWAP? There's no break above VWAP, so there's no trade. Don't touch it. All right. Yeah, so I got to deal with this drawdown now. With a bit of luck, that'll continue up. We do have, we've got that going on, so that's It's a bonus. It's traded back down to the low end of the value area. All right. So that could be where, hopefully, I might get away with this one. So we'll just see. Anyway, yeah, I mean, often I don't take my own advice and it goes against me. Other times I go against my advice and it works out. So anyway, let's just go through and see what's trending, and we'll open that up, see what we've got for today. It was really volatile yesterday. A lot of these pulled right back like that. Look at it roll right back down into here. Tough. All right, let's go. Aussie CAD. All right, look at this daily. I'm just going to leave that one alone. The Aussie Swiss. Okay, that's starting to trend up. Now here's the thing. Look, see how the Nasdaq has really pushed up here. All right, it's risk on. The VIX has dropped, so I would expect the Swissy probably to drop back. So Aussie Swissy, I'm long. My bias is long. Now this is trading back into the value area low. See that? So I would look for buy signals down in this level. So let's open this up. So see the value area low, volume profile. I'd be looking for buy signals. I want to see it break above VWAP. This is the Asia Open, this one, the orange line. So we know we're right on the Asia Open. White is New York, blue is London. Okay, I've just got a 30-minute chart running here. Set buy signals for the Aussie Swiss. See what we get. I've done it. I've got that. See, I've got a few signals in here. I'll just show you that. All right, the Aussie yen. What I should do is mark that blue for bullish and orange for bearish. Okay, we'll do that. All right, let's just run through and see. And now what I'm looking for is a nice clean trend on the 4-hour. That's starting to possibly. I like this. Look at this on the daily. Big pullback, and maybe now, hopefully it continues up. So Aussie yen, I'll leave that one alone. Aussie dollar, I don't mind. Yeah, that was yesterday. See, it's bullish, but look at some of this deep pullbacks. It's trading into the low end of the value range. So Aussie dollar, possibly. It's right down there. It's got to get in above. Yeah, it's got a long way to travel. Let it go. CAD yen, CAD Swiss, I should say. I don't mind this one bullish. That's trending up, so we'll mark that blue. So I'm just looking for, what I can see is starting to shape up into a trend. CAD yen. I'd let that one go for now. Swissy yen, I'm going to let that go. They're just way overextended. Okay, Japanese yen. Do a search on YouTube and you'll find some information. If you look at the most recent videos on the Japanese yen carry trade and the Japanese yen dumping treasuries, and that will explain this move here. Okay, Bank of Japan is another search you can do. I won't go into it in this video, but yeah, Bank of Japan has a huge impact in the markets. I'll let that one go. Euro Aussie. All right, that's starting to trend up, possibly. Okay, that's a maybe. The Aussie's kind of been holding up anyway. We'll just stick a blue line on that, blue marker. Yeah, it's kind of. Let's have a look at this. Euro Oz. Just grab that volume profile. Just take it back, just into here. Okay, I'd like to see it break above that. I'm long. If we break out of here, I don't mind that actually. Don't mind that at all. Okay, the green line is yesterday's close. All right, Euro Oz. One thing I'm actually going to do with this at the moment is just momentum scalper, reset the initial balance. I'm just going to, it's another video. That is another video. Take that out. All right, that's the New York initial balance. It's a different video. So what I want to see is this breakout here. Right, so we're going to go bullish, right? And I'm going to go the other one as well, bullish. Oops. This one, the euro against the Oz. Let's have a look. Yeah, the Aussie's dropped. The blue one has dropped down. The euro's orange. It's kind of holding up. I don't mind it actually. Yeah, we're starting to see a bit of a thing here. What's the momentum sink giving us? Actually, you know what? The momentum sink's a pretty good signal. This is starting to give us a bullish thing here. I want to see it break above this value area line. Come back and retest. But that's breaking above VWAP. You can throw a VWAP on, all right, any low down there. I think just throw the VWAP on this low point here, anchored VWAP. That's it there. We've got a low point right here. Throw it on that. Yeah, it's pushing up. I'd like to see it. Yeah, you know what? It's pushed right back down into this. But the risk is. I mean, I really like this fib retrace, low to high, back into 50% equilibrium, the high of the value range. I actually don't mind that, guys. Probably inclined to take that long. Euro Aussie. Yeah. All right. Bars. I don't mind that. I really don't. Let's just have a quick look at the calendar. And today's Tuesday. A little bit of Aussie data coming out. Euro into the New York, into the Euro session tonight. These are low impact events, not. All right. So what I want to see it get above. Let me just take out all the drawings. I'm going to ignore the VWAP that's placed on here. I'm just really interested in the VWAPs that are back under here. These low areas. Yeah. Okay. I want to see it get above that. Well, swing low. Yeah. With a VWAP cluster. All right. Let's just see if it breaks out of here. Volume profile, anchored volume profile. I'm going to take it back into here. Okay, we're above. Okay, it's broken out of the volume profile. So yeah, all right. Let's just Euro-Oz, a couple of signals. The other one you can set up is the momentum sync. I don't mind it, guys. Buy signal. We're going to go once per buy. Okay. So I'm looking for this to come back and retest, break out of these VWAPs. Okay. All right. Look for that. Scroll down, okay, just take those out from yesterday because I don't want you to get confused. That's not today. Okay, Euro Aussie, I'm looking for a break above and retest of the high for a possible buy opportunity. See how we go with that. Got a signal that's coming. All right, let's just keep going now with this. Actually quite like it. It's got to get above this VWAP. You know what you can do? You can actually like grab a VWAP and throw it on a previous low, and then you can set an alert on that. But it's got to break above, cross up. It's got to get through it though. Yeah, I mean, look, another really important signal is going to be, it's starting to move, guys. Euro-Oz. Another important signal is the VWAP cluster breakout. So, I mean, with this one, trend channel will give us some green dots down in here. So if you're going to go long, there's the green dots. Now, you may or may not want to go so tight. Markets have been really volatile. And there is a chance that this breaks back down into value. All right, you've got, see this flat area down in here? That's a fair value gap. So what I've been doing is setting up like a $30 risk and then going, you know, it's not out of the question. Setting up a wide stop with a $30 risk, and I'm looking at, you know, swing low, swing high, enter, stop under that previous low down in here on the 30-minute time frame. You may or may not want to do that. Got me out of trouble with the New Zealand dollar because there's a chance that it breaks into value and then it looks to target that value area low. That's the only problem. I don't mind the momentum with that. All right, so the break above VWAP, yeah, let's see if we get a signal with it, any momentum. All right, the Euro CAD I'm bullish. Okay, what are they doing? Okay, pushing up, nice. Look at the pullback. See, I was looking for this to pull back yesterday. It's wild, it's a deep pullback, but I'm looking for the next buy signal on the Euro CAD. Where are we? Okay, let's just set this up. Okay, this green line is the previous day close. I want it to get above VWAP. Anchored volume profile. I'm just going to look for the low to the high here, back into here. All right, we're right at the low end of the volume profile. I don't really want to buy. When it breaks VWAP here, you're going to be looking at trading into that, and that's not a good idea. All right, so the only way that you really want to get involved with this is if it breaks out of here, that. Okay, so I'd be looking for, yeah, I mean, no, I don't want to be buying under these levels. You got to be careful. No, then again, if it starts to rally here, You don't know if that's going to turn around. That's the only thing, see? Right. Is it gearing up for that? Okay, back out to this. I like that pullback. I don't mind that, but I don't want to be buying into this fair value area. It's a tricky one. If we take out the volume profile, that's discounted. You just got to be really careful with risk. I mean, yeah, I don't mind the price structure. I'd be bullish, Euro CAD. If we just went purely on, yeah, you might want to consider this, guys. This is the previous day volume profile, value area high. That's previous day, but on the volume profile you can see here, right? That's the previous day point of control. You've got to get above that, right? Because if you're going to be looking at this stair stepping, like candle stair stepping thing, you got to get above that previous day close, and then that's the previous day high, current week value area high. Okay, previous day value area high. I wouldn't want to touch this until we actually break it. And the other thing to look at is this as well. See this shaded zone here? This is the VWAP. This is the daily. Oh, and this is last week. This is the week. Yesterday's VWAP. That VWAP range. All right. So it coincides with the volume profile, and you really want to get above that. So you want to see this VWAP kind of. This is the main VWAP. This is deviation 1. Right, you want to be following that first deviation out, getting above that, right, and getting above this. So that then you know that you've really got momentum behind you. So always keep an eye on the shaded zone of the VWAP, and then when you throw the volume profile in, come back into, well, that's yesterday's. Whoops, that's not it. Hang on. Anchored volume profile, right? So you want to be getting in above that, and then it coincides with the volume profile. Right, so that would be an entry point there if it breaks out. So this is a danger area. It could just, who knows, right? Hope this is making some sense for you. Yeah, so the VWAP, okay, see the shaded zone? That's value. And then the volume profile value comes together. Value, this is trading into value. You don't want to be buying at fair value. You want to start to see it break out of fair value and go into price discovery. Might let that one go. Euro CAD. What's the weakest? Well, the Aussie's weaker. The pound's weaker. Canadian, yeah, it's starting to pick up a little bit. Don't mind the euro at the moment. Anyway, we'll just keep going through this. The euro pound, I'm bullish. So here we go. See, look, this is what I'm talking about. See the VWAP. I quite like it actually, guys. To be honest, there's a signal here. I might go long euro pound. Stop loss. I'm just going to go under this low here. Want to be on a 30-minute chart. Let's go for broke, because I'll be closing it whenever I see fit. All right. Stop loss. I am tending to go wide these days, even though I say go on the green dots. There's the green dots there. I just don't trust the volatility, so I'm willing to just drop it back. Euro pound. Just keep an eye on the calendar. So we've got French, Spanish, Italian, blah blah blah, and then nothing on the pound. Yeah, right. That could make it wobble a little bit, right, and push it back possibly. So euro is orange, pound is the down the bottom there, yellow, and this is the 4 hour. This is the 1 hour. Okay, euro's stronger. Kind of don't mind. I don't mind that. So it's above VWAP. Throw in the VWAPs. Wouldn't mind seeing a little bit more momentum. Throw another VWAP down in here. Let's load. We're above. What's the volume profile telling us? Anchored volume profile. I'm just going to take it from, well, I'm just going to grab this low here, that low point. I want to see it get above that. All right, so it's trading within value. All right, so you've got a couple of things here. All right, have a look at the shade, the VWAP. You can increase that shade. Like if we reset it, I think the shade drops right back. Don't know. It's there. I want to see that weekly shade. The weekly is purple. All right. And you can see weekly shading opacity. I'm going to go to maybe 8. Just bump that up. So I want to see that purple shade. Maybe even 10. Monthly shade, not so. Let's just do that. The purple and the blue is the daily and the weekly. All right, so weekly shaders down in here. Yeah, we're above it. Just want to see a little bit of momentum pick up here, guys. If it does, I mean, I might even just, right? So this one's definitely on the radar. Bullish. Did I send that in? Euro pound? Euro Aussie. Right. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. I don't mind that at all. But again, just be careful. It could reject at this blue line and trade all the way back down to the low. So we want to clear it. And there's no guarantee that that's going to continue up either. Here it cleared it and it traded back down into it. So that's the risk. Generally, I mean, you'd maybe wait for another higher high and then something like that. That second, anyway. All right, Euro pound. Look for the break above this value range and then retest of the high for a possible buy opportunity. Okay, what else have we got? Yeah. All right, the euro again. Let that one. That could pick up actually. That could trend all the way back up there. Big drop, big pin bar underneath on the daily. Yeah, I kind of don't mind it. Throw in a volume. Throw in a VWAP. Yeah. Let's just see if it picks up momentum. Let it go. Euro Kiwi. Kiwi has been fairly strong. Sort of a little bit up there. It's mainly the Aussie and the pound at the moment that are weaker. This is actually the markets must move in mysterious ways. What's trending? Euro dollar's trending. I don't mind that. Okay, so let's just clear it. Remove. So I'd be bullish. What am I looking for? All right, 30-minute chart. We got a deep pullback. Look at these pullbacks. It's brutal. Okay, I don't mind it. Now, let's... yeah, see, the VWAP from yesterday, we're right at the bottom of this. But, yeah, that's okay. That was at the bottom of the VWAP and it pushed right through. That's what it does. All right, the volume profile from the low back. Yeah, I mean, if it breaks to the low end of this, and then we break above VWAP, I could be interested in that. Throw a VWAP in here. There's another low point. Yeah, cluster of them. So I'd like to see it break above. The current day VWAP starts, and you've also got, you've got to get above the volume profile. Throw that in here, right? So you've got to get above here. Euro dollar, euro pound, euro Oz. Let me just check. Euro pound, euro Oz. Got it. I could get interested. I'll throw in some bullish alerts, see what happens. It's got to see the momentum scalper. It's got to get above that previous day point of control and here, right? So it's got a bit of work to do to get above all that. We'll see how we go. All right. I don't want to send that into my list. Well, I will. All right. Pound Oz, I'm bullish. Here we go. Look. Yep, I'd be bullish. I don't mind that. Okay, I want to see a bit of movement above here. Volume profile, I'll take it back to, we've got yesterday's. We're already picking that up. Yeah, I don't mind a break above here and continuation. That's all right. Target that high. Yeah, I'd go with that. Okay, Pound Aussie on bullish. See what we get. Break above VWAP. Okay, bullish alerts. Pound Oz, blue. Pound CAD. What's the CAD doing? See the pound is weak. Might just let that go. See down in here the yellow. Well, yeah, it's on the 4 hour. It's starting to pick up a little bit. Just the weaker currency on the 1 hour. See, but I guess there's the trajectory sort of slightly north. You got to look at the trajectory. It's pretty bearish. Yeah, you want to see like the CAD. See how it's starting to move from the base, pushing up. Yeah, the CAD could probably come good. Pound CAD bearish. Let it go for now. What's this doing? Yeah, look, see. All right, on the daily, it's pushed up. It's questionable. On the 4 hour, I mean, you got a nice pullback there. Pound. What have we got? A CAD. A little bit questionable. A couple of really bearish days. However, all right, throw the VWAPs on. It's got to get above that. Throw it on here. All right, it's got to get above that. So when we have a look at it on the 30, let's just clear everything. Right, we'll just take that out. So grab your VWAP on the low, on that swing low. Okay, that's a cluster. Come back to that one. All right, it's got to get above, and also throw one on this low here. It's got to get above that, right? So until it does, there's no go. And I mean, it might start to push here. The other thing you could look for would be a green up triangle if that picks up steam. See how it turns from red to green? Look at the VWAP indicator, and that'll be the little up triangle. Okay, and it's got to get above. Yeah, look, see all of this. It's got to get above all of that before you get anywhere near it. Something to consider. Yeah, I mean, let's see what happens. I'd be interested in if we get a green get a green candle. Like, look, see how it turns red and then green, and then you get these green up triangles. Not the W I'm looking at, but watch out. Look, green up triangle, stop run. Brutal. It's got to get above that, especially this dashed line. That could be a thing. Show you this. Add alert. You want the dashed line. I wonder if we've got that. It's the no, it's just multi-line. I don't have the dashed line breakout. Anyway, the multi-line won't fire until it's above that anyway. So we could throw that in. The multi-line, it's got to be above that blue dashed line. Now let's just see if it picks up some steam. Go bullish on the VWAP and see what happens. But it's not really. Throw it in there. Pound, yeah. See how we go. Pound dollar. Might just let that go. New Zealand Swiss. Yeah, I'm not so fussed on that. Have a look at it on the pound dollar. So there's a lot of these are pulled right back, see? So they could hold up. That's the thing. Pound's pretty weak. All right. New Zealand Swiss, what's going on? Give it a miss. New Zealand yen. Give it a miss. New Zealand dollar. It's the one I'm in. Bias is bullish. Bullish. Okay. Well, definitely got that going on. New Zealand dollar, yeah. Well, I mean, don't know whether you took that trade. As I said, look, see when it pulls back, look for a decisive break above VWAP, always. And then, it'll be a stop run, but see the blue line, see how it breaks above VWAP here? Then okay, that's go ahead. This go ahead as well, but then they do that. It's highly manipulated, very, very tricky. That's a New York Open, down it went. Right, so yeah, it's got to get above the VWAPs, guys. What's New Zealand doing against the dollar? New Zealand stronger. The dollar's picked up on the hourly. New Zealand's dropping off. Have a look at the trajectory. New Zealand is dropping. The dollar is picking up. I don't trust the dollar strength when this is rallying and when this is tanking. Generally, if that holds up and pushes up, fear comes into the market, capital flows into the dollar usually. Anyway, that's a lot, guys. I've kind of reached saturation point. Let's have a quick look. Oh, I don't mind that. Dollar CAD, it's kind of going against the grain on the daily in a way, even though it's pushed up here. All right, dollar Swiss, dollar yen, let it go. Gold, range bound, bullish, but it's pretty messy unless you want to scalp it. Yeah, and a little bit of green momentum. Got a signal coming in here. What's going on? There it was. Okay. Oh, it's crossing that yellow line, but then it pulled back again. I might take that one out. Crossing up, remove it. Okay, it's dropping back down into value now. See that? So let that go until it gives us a decisive move. CAD yen we've got. Okay. It's starting to pull back a little bit. We want that to really push out of VWAP, come back. Alrighty, that's it, guys. Okay, it's a very, very volatile market at the moment. Last week and this week. Prior to that, things were sort of really smooth sailing. Easy peasy, but yeah, last week was tough. Yesterday wasn't so great. Okay, big pullbacks. Hopefully a trend will set up and then we can get our teeth into something. Okay, with that, have a great day and I'll see you in the next one.